For the people of Ikoyi-Ijumu local government area of Kogi State, the memories of April 14 to 16, 2022 will linger for a long time. For some, they will linger for a lifetime. Mr. Orisafumi Samuel, a retired teacher in the community for instance, won't forget these days in a hurry. Age and the hard economic situation in the area already made his life difficult before he came under the weight of hernia. Excruciating as the pain was, he had to live with it until Omosode JKFR Foundation and Czech's medical missions took their philanthropic services to the community.
I've done it somewhere, which is cost me about 50,000 about 4 years ago. But now it's almost closing to 100,000. So that is the cost. But presently I don't have the money at hand. But when I had this opportunity, I have to come down.
The free medical program was Mr. Samuel's lifeline as he went under the knife on the third day of the outreach. There was also relief for the mother of young David Olorunshaye, who visited the operating room with a case of congenital communicating hydrocele.
With congenital communicating hydrocele. And the aim of the surgery is to correct this anomaly, which would also help to preserve his reproductive capacity.
Well, hydrocele is a liquid or fluid connection within the body extending to the scrotum of the child. Usually people are born with it. Maybe later we'll show you pictures of it, or you will show pictures of it to the viewers so that they can connect with the terminologies that I'm using.
So I discovered this thing when the boy was 2 years. So the boy was sick. So after the boy now recovered, I now noticed that thing. So since then there is a place I went to. So the doctor now told me that the thing is going to correct itself. That before 9 years it's going to correct itself. So, but I'll be hoping that anytime I have money, I will go and do it. But I really appreciate these people that brought this thing. I really appreciate their efforts for what they've done. And I pray that as God has made them to be a light to our way, God is going to light their ways in Jesus' name.
That an hydrocelectomy for a 3-year-old boy, and the baby is responding well post-op. So it's a congenital condition, and we were able to relieve him of that condition, and he's doing well now in the recovery room, to the glory of God.
We started with prayer because we understand the importance of God in everything that we do, and then we did a brief health education because we wanted people to know basic things on how they can be healthy. And the common acronym we use is HEALING. Okay, 7 critical things to stay healthy. The H for hygiene, the E for exercise, A for abstinence, abstinence from things that are unhealthy, like smoking, like excessive alcohol, like unprotected sexual intercourse. The I stands for instruction, so we encourage people to follow instruction of the medical personnel. The N for nitrous, and G for God.
Abstinence. So kí ni mo pè àkọ́kọ́ hygiene, ìmọ́tótó, ìkejì exercise, eré ìdárayá, ìkẹta abstinence, ìyàgò fún, kí mo gbé o. Ó máa ń ní àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká máa yà fún torí pé ó máa ń bara jẹ́. Àkọ́kọ́ nǹkan tó ṣe pàtàkì ká yà fún ni nǹkan tó máa ń pè ní sìgá mímu. Àwọn tó máa ń ṣe sìgá wọ́n máa ń sọ pé àwọn tó bá mu sìgá kó máa tètè ó máa ń fa kíyàn tètè kú. It's okay. We'll take it out. Put mama on the list. I said, I don't say I'm like, this uncle wants to be a fine man. It's okay. We will remove it. Meet her. Put on the list.
The Olukoyi of Ikoyi, Oba Japhet Abiodun, is glad to see smiles return to the faces of his people.
I was so happy when I heard that this Omo Sede Foundation is our daughter, that they are coming to Ikoyi for mega medical outreach. I was so happy. There is an article that said health is wealth. So it's as if they are bringing the whole money for the nation to my land, because a lot of people that have health challenges, they don't have money to take themselves to the hospital. I think with this program now, their problem has been solved.
Thank God that the operation was very, very successful. So I have a bulb here. So and it was operated 3 days ago now. So when I come for checkup.
We started with a few of the lumps and hernias. But yesterday we were able to do one congenital communicating hydrocele, one funicular inguinoscrotal hernia, and 4 other lumps, lipomata, in the neck region, the forehead, and other parts of the body. So we had 6 general surgery procedures for yesterday. And today we have about 11 already set to go on the table, being worked up now. We have a hydrocele and the giant inguinoscrotal hernia. It's been a good one. The response from the community has been overwhelming. It's obvious there is a major health gap in the land, both medical and surgical. And we're trusting God that these few days that we'll be here, we will try and bridge as many of these gaps as possible.
Physiotherapy patients in the community will also remember the program for a long time.
So I'm not surprised. Generally, all over Nigeria, we don't have enough access to physiotherapy, especially for people that really need them. In fact, the burden that we've seen here, what we've always known, but it's still a bit sad to see the access rate still being low. So the predominant cases we've seen have been musculoskeletal cases, which is to be expected from a farming community like this. But we also have a significant number of neurological cases and some cardiopulmonary cases, which again is not unsurprising.
They are doing good, because as I am, before I get to this place, I'm not in good movement, but now I know, you see, as you can see, I can move better than the time I come in the morning. So I thank God for this program.
Ọjà gbé ọwọ́ yẹn sókè, èso tó máa ń gbé ọwọ́ yẹn sókè máa ń join pẹ̀lú wa dẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá ń bá yín gbé sókè, àmì ìdánilá ẹ ti rí. Ẹ là bí ayé, ẹ là bí ayé. But the most important part of eléyìí, kókò fi jẹ́ kọ́wọ́ yẹn free nìyí. With time ẹ máa lè máa fi reach. But àwọn ọ̀gá méjì.
Basically focused on education and empowerment. The truth of the matter is, sports sessions of physiotherapy like this 1 day, 2 days cannot really do much. They're supposed to have access to it over a long period of time. But at least we've been able to empower some of the clients that came around. so they can self-manage some of their complaints to an extent. I've also encouraged them to seek out physiotherapy services wherever it may be found. I've encouraged many of them to attend the hospitals at Lokoja and then the ones close by in Ekiti State. But education and empowerment are the key points of any successful program. Even if they go to those places, they will still fall back on those staples. So, and we've been able to do a lot with that. At least virtually all the clients that came around yesterday reported that they were really empowered. And of course, we are starting out today's on too. I've already done a round of general education outside. I will still bring in groups for more individualized education and exercise instruction for their self-management at home.
According to Winston Churchill, healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. This makes the partnership between Czech Medical Missions and Omosode JKFR Foundation a perfect marriage for the people of Ikoyi.
The foundation is a humanitarian, a philanthropist organization out to touch lives, globally, and then with a passion on her part to also touch lives, remembering home from diaspora, has chosen to partner with the Czech health experts to dispense this service, free medical outreach to the people of Ikoyi-Ijumu and the communities in its immediate environment. And we are indeed glad.
We are proud and privileged to partner with Omosode JFKR Foundation. When I got a call from the founder to come to Ikoyi, I saw her heart, I saw the passion, I saw their commitment to improving the health conditions of the community. And they also do other programs, educational programs, reaching out to the poor and less privileged. And Omosode JFKR Foundation is an organization that Czech is proud to partner with. And we hope to do more partnerships with them in future to reach out to more communities and to also touch more lives.
The medical outreach also provided a searchlight into the areas of need.
One of the biggest needs we saw in the Ikoyi community, and because people also came from neighboring communities, even as far as the Ekiti State and all that, we saw a lot of patients we have with eye conditions, who needed glasses and all that. So one of the things I want to encourage people is to pay attention to the care of their eyes, to ensure that they take the right diet, because diet actually can influence how healthy one's eyes would be. It's also important that people do checkups, because what many people don't know is that diabetes, hypertension, when not properly managed, can affect the eyes. So that was one of the things we saw. We also saw quite a number of people with bone pains, and that's why arthritis, joint pains and all that. And that's why we have the physiotherapist. And I believe that, and we can't tell them that it's not just about using drugs. There are lifestyle modifications that people can use to help to reduce many of these back pains. For example, the way people lift loads when they carry loads, people's sitting position, the kind of bed they sleep on. For many of these things, prevention is better than cure. We also have people with a lot of dental problems, and it's important that we know the economy of the country, but we encourage people to try to brush their teeth at least twice a day, to at least change their toothbrush every 3 months. Some of these things will help to reduce these conditions to a large extent, and we also saw that conditions generally, but essentially that's basically my advice. And I also want to encourage the government to also do more for the people. Some people have probably not been attended to by any health professionals for probably 1 or 2 years, and it would have been saved them if we had met them earlier.
What I've seen, I feel that like right now there is no positive result for HIV, no positive result for hepatitis. So that means they are generally not promiscuous. They are keeping safe. So maybe there is no reasons to be, route of transmission of HIV is like sexual contact or maybe sharp objects. So I can say that maybe for most of them here, they are keeping safe sexually, and then in terms of exchanging sharp contact, they are fine. Then hepatitis too, they are fine. But the random sugar, for most of the persons that have been here, their sugar is high. So I would not know how I can attribute that to this environment, but many of them, their sugar is on the high side. So, and I trust that the doctors will do a good work on giving them the appropriate treatment.
Well, okay, this is the pharmacy unit of the Czech Medical. This is where we give drugs after the doctors have seen them, and we have been able to attend to a quite number of people, and we are glad that we are able to help the people of the community. We treat different malaria, hypertensive drug, and antibiotics and the like. So it's just the normal dosage according to standard of the WHO. That's how we prescribe the drug here, and that's the rule we follow here. We have enough to go around to everybody. As you can see, since yesterday we've been here, we've been disbursing drugs to everybody, and up to now people are still coming and they keep getting the drugs they need. So there is more than enough to go around to everybody.
I came to complain to the management here that I have a problem with one of my ankle, and after examining me, he gave me drug.
We appreciate the organization that brought this kind of program to us here, and we pray God will continue to enlarge them and enlarge their coast and help them and protect them in all their ways.
Share glass to improve the vision, but no matter the vision yẹn kó wà better.
I think this is my first time of putting on glasses, and I so much admire it, and I so much love it, because now I can read without reading a line twice. I can see clearly better than before, and with the aid of this glass, I know it's going to help me a lot.
I thank God that give those people that help us to give us the reading glasses, because sometimes if I dey read Bible, I no go see all this that they written on that Bible. So as they give me this reading glass now, everything is clear to me if I want to read. I thank those people who help us. God will bless us, God will provide us, and God will bless their family.
This is a rural community. Patient that comes for screening and polishing in an environment like this, on average should be able to pay 5,000 naira, and for tooth extraction should be able to pay 8 to 10,000 naira, depending on the severity of the cases. So that is if it is a government-owned hospital. If it is privately owned, we might not be able to talk in that kind of range. So, and those are the two major treatment that is being offered here right now for free, obviously.
I came for tooth remover. I really bless the name of the Lord who gave us this opportunity. We have access to free medical care here. I pray for those who organize this program, that the Lord will continue to raise them. They will not fall. they will continue to rise from height to height.
Very happy. Before you can remove one teeth, at least now you will pay nothing less than 5,000. For that 5,000 to be free, you can use it to buy food at this hard time. So we are very happy.
General consulting unit, and we see general patients. Although we also see patients that also need physiotherapy, by the way. There are a whole lot of ranges of patients we've been seeing. Patients that have chronic medical conditions like hypertension, diabetes, ulcer, and the likes. And generally the turnout of patients has been okay, and the orderliness has been quite. Good.
Tẹ̀ ń wò wá lórí amóhùnmáwòrán lénìí, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Mo kàn tiẹ̀ jáde nítorí mo ní problem rheumatism tí wọ́n wá ṣàlàyé fún mi ni mo wá bí lánàá, so mo tún padà wá lénìí. Nǹkan méjì ni wọ́n ṣe fún mi, eyín àti body kẹ́ni. So mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ orúkọ ẹni tí ó gbé iṣẹ́ yìí wá síbí. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn, lágbára Ọlọ́run kò sí nǹkan tí ó ṣe wọ́n. Ẹni tó bá robi rò wọ́n yóò padà sórí rẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù.
Has been a long journey of love and sacrifice, but the organizers are glad with the end product.
When we planned to come, we never anticipated it was going to be this big. We just thought Ikoyi was just a small village. But the experience we had was wonderful. The first day, the turnout was large. The second day, so that's yesterday, we had a great turnout. I guess we had seen most people, so today probably was not as large as yesterday and 2 days ago. It was so impressive. So far, we've seen almost 900 people, 887 to be precise by our records. We've done about 59 surgical procedures. That includes both the general surgery and the dental surgeries, and we've distributed over 100 glasses, eyeglasses, and we've treated quite a number of people. I mean, we had physiotherapy care. Our physiotherapist from UCH came and helped a lot of people with stroke survivors, people with pains across their body, and all that. And we also had lab screening, HIV test, hepatitis, blood sugar. And we found quite a number of patients that had diabetes that we diagnosed, and we began treatment for them. We treated a lot of hypertension. It's been an awesome outreach, basically, and we're proud of the success of this outreach.
Ẹ káàsán wà ọgbẹ́ àtidájí láti kúrò nìbàdàn, so mo ti gbàgbé kí a ti wọ ọ̀sán. A dúpẹ́ torí pé Ọlọ́run fún wa ní àlàáfíà ní jọ́nì wa. Ọlọ́run fún wa ṣe. A dúpẹ́ pé kò sí ìyọnu kankan nígbà tá à ń bọ̀. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Ìdàgbàsókè ìlú Ikoyi-Ijumu, Ikoyi-Obele. Alága ẹgbẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè ọmọ Ikoyi, Ambassador Dr. Ṣẹ́gun Ìjágbèmí, ó ní ká kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin dókítà wa àtẹ̀yin tó wá tọ́jú wa, ó ní ká kí yín káàbọ̀. A dúpẹ́ fún àǹfààní àti ààbò tí Ọlọ́run dá, ó dàbò yín tẹ́ fi débi láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà. Lórúkọ ọba àti ìjòyè ìlú yìí, alága ìdàgbàsókè ọmọ ìlú Ìkòyí, ó ní ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín fún ìfẹ́ tí ẹ ní sí wa. A dà ń dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọmọṣẹ́dé foundation ọmọ wa tí ó ṣe agbátẹrù ètò yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run gbégbé ìgbésájò wọn á délé láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà Ọlọ́run máa tẹ̀ wọ́n síwájú àdúrà wa lórí wọn a máa gbà síwájú sí ẹ káàbọ̀ ojú àtúwà lára ẹ ṣé o ọba àtìjọ ní ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ṣé o.
The reception was awesome. I must say that from when we arrived, we were supposed to arrive around 12:01 because we were coming from Ibadan. We heard people had been seated from about 6 a.m. The community leaders were here waiting for us. The people received us with joy and happiness. The accommodation was superb. The refreshment, we were introduced to pounded yam, which is a very good way of receiving visitors, in the Yoruba land. The Oba of the community, the Ikoyi, also hosted us in his palace, and it's been the reception was wonderful, and I think this is good for people of Ikoyi town, because we always want to go to places where we are well received, and I think we want to come back again.